Good morning, students. Good morning, all of you. We are in chapter number 6, subsidiary book. In our live lecture, we have discussed about subsidiary books. What is subsidiary books? How many subsidiary books are there? Names of all subsidiary books. Okay, everything we discussed. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss one practical sum, that is question number 4 on page number 151 of your textbook. Clear? One practical sum of purchase book we are going to discuss. Okay, so I request all of you take your textbook, open page number 151, and please refer each and every transactions with me. So let's discuss all transactions and record them. Okay, now student, in this question number 4, we have to prepare one purchase book. Okay, so the format of purchase book we discussed in the morning. Okay, so now we are recording transactions. Okay, first of all, we have to give proper heading. So heading will be like this: purchase book of Suresh. Suresh is the name of honor, so we have to write. Okay, now there are total 5 columns, student, as you know, for a simple purchase book: date, name of supplier, inward invoice number, LF, and amount. Okay, so I read transaction number 1. Student, this is a sum of October month. Okay, so transaction of October 2015 are given. Let's read it one by one. And I am sure you know all the rules of subsidiary book, student. Rule number 1, only credit transactions are recorded in this book. No cash transactions. Only goods purchases are recorded. No assets transactions are recorded. Trade discount is calculated. Cash discount is not calculated. And if half amount is paid, then also full amount we are supposed to write. Okay, so only goods related transactions, and that is also purchase of goods, that is only recorded in purchase book. Okay, so let's start with transaction number 1, student. Transaction number 1, October 1st, 2015. I read, purchased goods of 10,000 from Deepak for 1 month's credit. Okay, so we are buying goods from Deepak. It is a credit transaction because name of person is given, but the word cash or check is not given. So obviously it is a credit transaction, October 1. Okay, so let's write down the date first, 1st October 2015. Now in second column, we have to write the name of supplier. Name of supplier is Deepak. Okay, so let's write down Deepak account. Deepak is a supplier. We are buying goods from Deepak, so we have to write his name. Now in third column, we have to write the bill number, but soon in this transaction, bill number is not given. So we will not write anything in that column. LF is always empty. Okay, now let's write down the amount of goods. We have purchased goods of 10,000. Okay, so in amount we will write 10,000. Okay, so first transaction is over, student. No narration is required. No journal entry is required. There is no debit, credit, nothing. Only this much, student. It is very simple. Okay, now next transaction is October 3. Purchased goods of 20,000 from Sardar stores at 10% trade discount. Invoice number 116. Okay. Now student, we are buying goods in this transaction from Sardar stores, and it is a credit transaction, so we can record it. Okay, so first let's start with date. Date is 3rd October. Okay, so in date column we will write 3rd October. Then name of supplier is Sardar Stores. So we can write Sardar Stores account. Clear? They all are account for us. Clear? So we have to write, attach the word account in each and every name. Okay, so Sardar Stores account. Bill number is given in this question, student. Bill number is 116. Okay, so let's write down 116. LF is as usual empty. Now let's write down the amount. So actually the amount is 20,000, but there is 10% trade discount. Okay, we are getting 10% discount. So 20,000 minus 10% of 20,000, that is 2,000. So 20,000 minus 2,000 will give you 18,000. Okay, so amount of goods is 18,000, sorry. Okay, so second transaction is also over, student. It is very simple. Remember, only credit transactions we can record, student. Cash transactions are not recorded. Cash purchases of goods are not recorded. Okay, now we are in next transaction, that is October 7. Purchase goods of 18,000 from Pankaj on cash. Now student, if you read this transaction carefully, you will find the word cash. Cash word is clearly written, so obviously it is a cash transaction. And as you know, student, we cannot record cash transactions. Okay, so to record cash transactions, we have a separate book, that is cash book. Clear? So this transaction will be recorded in cash book, but we cannot record here, so avoid it, leave it. Okay, so we cannot record October 7, so we have to skip that transaction. At the end of the sum, you can just write a note. The transaction dated October 7 cannot be recorded in purchase book as it is a cash transaction. Or you can also write like this, the transaction dated 7 will be recorded in cash book, but it is voluntary, student. It is not compulsory to write such notes. If you want to write, then you can write. Clear? No compulsion. Chalo, October 7 is over. Now we are in October 15. Placed order with Rajesh for supply goods of 20,000. Now student, you know very well that order is always a non-economic transaction. We cannot record order. Okay, so we will skip it. We will avoid this transaction. Okay, as it is a non-economic transaction. Non-economic transactions are not recorded in the books of accounts, whether it is journal or subsidiary book. But if in future Rajesh supplies goods, then we have to write it down, but not now. Okay, so leave 15th date. Now the next date is October 20. Purchased furniture of 16,000 from Vyas Furniture Mart on 1 month's credit. Now student, you know very well the rules of subsidiary books, the rules of particularly purchase book, that in purchase book we can record transactions related to buying goods, buying of goods, buying of assets we cannot record. Clear? That is not permitted. Okay, so all assets related transactions cannot be recorded here. So leave it. Transaction dated 20 is also not recorded here. ચાલો તો એને જવા દો સ્ટુડન્ટ. 20th ઓક્ટોબરની એન્ટ્રી નથી કરવાની, કારણ કે એમાં એસેટ્સ આપણે ખરીદીએ છીએ. ગુડ્સ લ્યો ને તો જ એન્ટ્રી કરવાની, એસેટ્સની એન્ટ્રી કરવાની નથી. ઓકે સ્ટુડન્ટ, ચાલો, that is done. Now student, we are in transaction. Next transaction is dated October 21. Yes, please refer to it. Rajesh has sent goods as per order and sent invoice number 350 after adding ₹1,000 for railway freight. ચલો, તો રાજેશની એન્ટ્રી શું અગાઉ આવી ગઈ હતી યાદ કરો. રાજેશની એન્ટ્રી October 15માં આવી હતી, પણ ત્યારે આપણે એન્ટ્રી નહોતી કરી. શું કામ નહોતી કરી? કારણ કે ત્યારે ખાલી ઓર્ડર આપ્યો હતો આપણે રાજેશને. શેનો ઓર્ડર આપ્યો હતો? ગુડ સપ્લાય કરવાનો. ઓકે, તો ત્યારે નોન ઇકોનોમિક ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન હતો, એટલે આપણે એને અવોઇડ કર્યો. But so now we are supposed to write it because on 21 Rajesh is sending goods. Okay, so now that transaction has become economic transaction. Now we are buying goods from Rajesh and that is on credit. ચલો, તો રાજેશે આપણને ગુડ્સ મોકલ્યો. શું આમાં ગુડ્સની અમાઉન્ટ નથી આપી, તો કેમ ખબર પડશે કેટલા રૂપિયાનો ગુડ્સ હશે? ઓફકોર્સ ઉપર ઓર્ડરની અમાઉન્ટ હોય એ જ લેવાની છે. તો ઓર્ડરની અમાઉન્ટ તમને ખબર છે શું? ઓર્ડરની અમાઉન્ટ છે 20,000. એમાં પાછું 10% ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ છે, એટલે 20,000 minus 10%, that will give you 18,000. 18,000ની એન્ટ્રી કરશું આપણે. ચાલો, તો 21ની એન્ટ્રી આપણે કરશું 18,000માં. શું 21માં એક બીજી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ નોટ આપી છે કે રાજેશ જેણે આપણને ગુડ્સ મોકલાવ્યો ને 18,000નો, એમાં એના જે બિલ મોકલાયું આપણે સ્ટુડન્ટ, એમાં એણે 1,000 રેલવે ફ્રેટના બી એડ કરેલા છે સ્ટુડન્ટ. કારણ કે આપણને જે ગુડ્સ સપ્લાય કર્યો રાજેશે એમાં રેલવે ફ્રેટ લાગ્યું હોય, કારણ કે એણે રેલવે થ્રુ ગુડ્સ મોકલાવ્યું હોય, તો રેલવેનું ભાડું એણે અત્યારે પે કર્યું હોય, પછી આપણી પાસેથી વસૂલ કરે એટલે બિલમાં એડ કરી દીધું. પણ શું તમને ખબર છે એઝ પર રૂલ કે આપણે ગુડ્સની જે અમાઉન્ટ હોય ને એ જ અહીંયા રેકોર્ડ કરી શકીએ. રેલવે ફ્રેટ કે બીજા કોઈ એક્સપેન્સીસ હોય સ્ટુડન્ટ, તો એને આપણે ગુડ્સમાં એડ કરી શકતા નથી. પરચેઝ બુકમાં ખાલી ગુડ્સની જ અમાઉન્ટ લખવાની છે સ્ટુડન્ટ, બીજી કોઈ અમાઉન્ટ આપણે અહીંયા નથી લખવાની. એની માટે અલગ સબસિડરી બુક છે. ઓકે, એટલે અહીંયા પરચેઝ બુકમાં આપણે ખાલી ગુડ્સની અમાઉન્ટ ઉપર જ ફોકસ કરશું. અહીંયા અમાઉન્ટની કોલમમાં જે આવશે એ ખાલી ગુડ્સની જ અમાઉન્ટ લખવાની છે. બીજી કોઈ એક્સ્ટ્રા અમાઉન્ટ જેમ કે રેલવે ફ્રેટ હોય કે બીજા કોઈ ખર્ચા થયા હોય તો એને અહીંયા રેકોર્ડ કરવાના નથી. ઓકે, તો યાદ રાખો, પરચેઝ બુક ઇઝ ઓનલી ફોર ગુડ્સ. ઓકે, સો યુ કેન નોટ રેકોર્ડ એની અધર એક્સપેન્સીસ. Okay, so what is the amount of goods? Let's find out. First, let's write down the date. Yes, date is 21st October. Name of supplier is Rajesh. So Rajesh account. Bill number is 350 and the amount is 18,000. Okay, actually it is 20,000, but there is 10% discount. So we will record 18,000 after deduction of discount. Okay, now next transaction is 24 date. Purchase goods of 14,000 at 5% cash discount. So in this transaction, name of any person is not given. And if names are not given, you know very well they are cash transactions. Clear? So transaction dated October 24 is a cash transaction. So it will be recorded in cash book. It will not be recorded here in purchase book. So leave it. 24 is cancelled. Now next transaction is 25. Purchase goods of 30,000 from Nilesh at 10% trade discount and half of the amount is paid immediately by check. શું અહીંયા આપણે 30,000નો ગુડ્સ લીધો છે 10% ડિસ્કાઉન્ટમાં, પણ અડધા પૈસા આપણે ચેકથી આપી દીધા છે. તો શું જે લોકોએ મારો લાઈવ લેક્ચર સવારે અટેન્ડ કર્યો છે એને ખ્યાલ છે, આપણે રૂલ્સ ડિસ્કસ કર્યા હતા કે અહીંયા અડધા પૈસા જો આપ્યા હોય તો પણ આપણે એમ જ માનવાનું છે કે આ પૂરેપૂરો ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન ક્રેડિટ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન છે. એટલે અડધા પૈસા આપ્યા છે એને ધ્યાનમાં લેવાના નથી. પૂરેપૂરી એન્ટ્રી કરશું શું આપણે. ઓકે, તો ડેટમાં આવશે 25th October. Name of supplier is Nilesh account and the amount પૂરેપૂરી લખશું 30,000, but there is a discount 10%. So 30,000 minus 3,000 will give you 27,000. Bill number is not given, so you can put dash here. Okay, so transaction number 25 is over. Next transaction, student, read the next transaction in your book. transaction dated 26. So if you read transaction dated 26 carefully, there is a word that amount is paid immediately. Okay, so that means we are paying full amount in transaction dated 26. Okay, so obviously it is a cash transaction and cash transactions are not recorded. Okay, so October 26 won't be recorded here as it is a cash transaction. And last transaction, student, now purchase goods of 40,000 from Nitin. Bill number 151. It is a credit transaction, student, so we can record it. Date 30th October. Name of supplier Nitin. Bill number 151, but by mistake I have not written bill number, student. You can just write it. And the amount is given 40,000. It was a last transaction, student. So all transactions are recorded now. બસ હવે એક જ કામ કરવાનું છે સ્ટુડન્ટ કે ટોટલ કરવાનું છે આપણે, બરોબર? એટલે આ બધા જ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શનનો ટોટલ છેલ્લી કોલમમાં આપણે કરી નાખશું. યસ, ટોટલ ઓફ ઓલ ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ it comes to 1,13,000. Okay, so 1,13,000 is our total credit purchase of ઓક્ટોબર મંથ. ઓકે, એટલે આ જો કોઈ આપણી બુક જોવે તો એને ખબર પડી જાય કે ઓક્ટોબર મહિનાનું આપણું પરચેસ છે 1,13,000. ઓકે સ્ટુડન્ટ, in next lecture we will learn a new subsidiary book, and that is columnar subsidiary book. Okay, it was a simple subsidiary book, question number 4. Now in next video I will teach you about columnar subsidiary book. Okay, student, take care.